Someone posted this online a few years ago. That's it, just that. Very simple, right? But within hours, there were millions of comments. People started losing their mind, couples started arguing about it, someone started dragging their engineering degree into it. Teachers were tagged by their own student demanding a final answer. Yeah, for that simple question. Actually, two answers kept showing up everywhere, 1 and 16. So, the right answer is, wait. I'm not going to tell you which one is right straight away, because the honest answer is actually more interesting than just picking a side. Alright, let's get into it. First, let's actually understand how each side get their answer, because both of them have some real reasoning behind them. Neither side is stupid though. Team 1, 8 divided by 2 under the bracket 2 plus 2. So, they did the parenthesis first. That's a basic move, right? 8 divided by 2 bracket 2 plus 2 becomes 4. Then they say that 2 right next to the bracket is glued to it. Part of the bracket business. So we finish that first. So 2 bracket 4 becomes 8. So we get 8 divided by 8 which is equal to 1. Clean? Makes sense? Now team 2. The question is 8 divided by 2 under the bracket 2 plus 2. Same start. The brackets first. So then 8 divided by 2 bracket 4. Here they change the path. They say no, multiplication and division are equal. So 8 divided by 2 bracket 4 becomes 4 into 4 becomes 4 times 4 which is equals to 16. Also clean, also makes sense. Two complete different answers, both reached by people who actually understand what they are trying to do. So which one is actually right? This is the part most people don't want to hear, but you have to hear it, okay? Don't skip. I said don't. Anyway, the expression is just not written clear enough to have one definite answer. And this doesn't only happen in math, but also in English. Like this sentence. I saw the man with the telescope. Now what does this sentence mean? Did I have a telescope and I used it to see the man? Or did the man have telescope and I saw him? It's unclear, right? So is the expression we are talking about. Because this particular way of writing, it sits right in the middle of two legitimate conventions that exist in mathematics. And depending on which one you were taught or which field you work in, you land on a different answer. The thing causing all of this is the little gap between 2 and the bracket. There is no actual multiplication sign written there. That style, where you just push things right next to each other to mean multiplication, this one is called implicit multiplication. And whether implicit multiplication gets treated as higher priority than regular division or equal to it is something that genuinely differs depending on who you ask. Some textbooks say implicit multiplication binds together. And if you also think so, then you will end up getting the answer 1. Some say we don't give a star. Yeah, about implicit multiplication. Left to right approach is always right. In that case, you will get the answer 16. Both exist, both are used by real people doing real maths. But for now, let's put the real people aside and try to figure out what actual mathematician will do. Actual mathematicians don't argue about this. Not because they all agree on one answer, but because they would never write an expression like this in the first place. The division symbol basically doesn't appear in mathematics past a certain level. Fractions, yeah, the fractions, take over completely and fractions are clear. There is no ambiguity, there is no confusion. So if you ask a mathematician, what's 8 divided by 2, then times bracket 2 plus 2, they would write this instead of that. Or what's 8 divided by whole things, 2 times bracket 2 plus 2, they would write something like this. Here we can notice that when you write it in fractions, it's become very easy to solve without any confusion. Like for example, we got the question 8 fraction 2 in one bracket and 2 plus 2. We can solve both brackets separately at the same time. So 8 fraction 2 is 4 and 2 plus 2 is also 4. When we get 4 and 4, we implicit multiply it, we get 4 times 4 which is 16. The viral version only exists because it uses notation that's just messy enough to leave a genuine gap, and the internet found the gap and made it a personality trait for a week. So 1 or 16. Honestly, both are defensible answer to an expression that was never clear to begin with. If you get 1, you were using one real method. If you got 16, you were using another real method. If you got 14, well, you were not using your brain at all. The actual thing here isn't which is the right answer. It's that math notation is a language. And like any language, if you write something confusing, people will read it differently. But if you write it as a fraction, the whole argument disappears in half a second. So let me know in the comments, what's your answer? 1 or 16 or 14? And the most importantly, tell me why. I want to see how your brain works, if it works. And about my answer, 8 divided by 2 bracket 2 plus 2 is subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. See you in the next one.